Adept Health is a wholly owned subsidiary of Novant Health. The Novant Health clinical engineering program had grown to the point that it was ready to be marketed outside of Novant, so they created another arm of their company called Adept Health, and we run clinical engineering for Adept Health as well as Novant Health.
The biomeds with Adept Health work in tandem with university hospitals' IT department. We work together so that we can actually use IT's specialized knowledge with the biomed specialized knowledge to protect patient health information that's on the medical equipment and to protect the medical equipment itself from any kind of cyber threats. And remember, cyber threats come from inside the facility, outside the facility, so we have to be very careful in making sure that all the equipment has all the right patches. We also want to segment medical equipment from other pieces of information that's flowing through the network. So we segment medical equipment from the rest of the network.
Our engineers service CT, MR, cath lab, dialysis, networking. Only a small amount of our budget goes to OEM contracts. We like to do as much as we can in-house to bring that cost efficiency to university.
A high-functioning clinical engineering department is very important for two primary reasons. The first one is patient safety. The equipment has to be safe for patients, and a high-functioning clinical engineering department makes sure that that happens. The second one is to make sure that equipment is available, that we have very limited downtime for equipment, and that when the nurse needs it or the physician needs it, it's there and it's functioning at the highest level it can.
We were very impressed with Ben, his overall management, but mainly the fact that he had the entire department focused on the same level of quality. His focus on the quality care, delivery to the patient, is very impressive, and it functions on by playing to the strength of that division. Each of his players has a part, and they work very, very seamlessly together. Strong indication of a good leader.
They have always operated in a very professional manner. We've never had any issues with them. Ben, their manager, is a great person as far as dealing with on a per equipment basis and getting things done and seeing it through, and supporting us and helping them.
Well, I work in an area that has a lot of technology, Space Labs monitors, a lot of machinery, and when I call our biomed folks, I need immediate action, and that's what I get from this team. When we have an issue, it's usually something that has to be fixed today, now. Sometimes it can wait a little bit, sometimes it's immediate, and when I say I need you now, they come.
Clinical engineering really is about keeping equipment up and going and making sure that I'm getting the most value out of our equipment. That's very, very important. But you know, healthcare is really as much about equipment as it is about service, and it's about people. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I always go back to is there is a clinical engineer named Stefan in our department who one day was actually walking on his normal rounds to repair some equipment and saw a patient that was struggling to find where they needed to go. He actually walked them there, but then realized they had parked all the way on the other side of the hospital. So luckily, fortunately, he was coming back out of his whatever he was doing and repairing, came out and saw that patient again, and that patient was struggling to walk all the way back across the hospital to get to their car. Stefan actually took her name, went over, worked with the valet parker, got her car, drove it all the way to the other side of the hospital so that she didn't have to walk that far, to make sure that she could get to her car safely and didn't wear her out doing it. So that's one of the important things about the group that we have, is they're not just focused on the equipment that they're maintaining, they're focused on the people that are coming to our organization, and I'll never forget Stefan for what he did that day.
They're very thorough and very easy to work with. Some people are more demanding than others, and you know, it take that a little too far. Ben and them have always been just a pleasure to do business with, and we try to respond at any time for their level, anywhere. But they make the interaction between their guys, whether it's in Atlanta or Augusta or wherever, a very pleasurable experience.